Hey guys, Mike Chamberlain here. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike and I am the #1 Peterbilt ambassador in all of YouTube. Sorry about the wind today. It might be a little windy, but you know what? The sun's out, most of the snow is gone, and it's spring. Yes, that's right. It is spring officially in Prince George. So we've got mud season. But today I've got a 567 tri-drive long logger that I wanted to show you guys, because it is absolutely beautiful. Check this thing out. Now, we've got a whole bunch of custom stuff planned for this yet. We're gonna do a drop visor, we're gonna paint some fenders, maybe add some more chrome, and I really do dig this color. Look at that, eh? Oh, just fantastic. And this one has a Freflyt Long logger rig out. Now, if any of you guys have noticed my trucks and wondered why they have a piece of stainless on the side of the cab guard, this is actually for writing the timber mark on. It used to be that with the timber mark, you had to, spray it on every log. Well, not every log, but you have to stamp it on 60% of the logs on your load. And then you also have to paint it on each side. Well, they determined that really, your painted logs get covered in mud and you can't read what it says anyways. So then they said, hey, since you're hauling from one block all the time, so you're gonna have the same timber mark for maybe a week, 2 weeks, sometimes maybe a month, depending how big it is. So they come up with this idea where you just write it on in marker, and then that's the timber mark where your timber mark is. So if forestry stops you, they've got your timber mark, and they know where the wood came from, and then when you go to a new block, you clean it off and write a new timber mark on. And stainless steel works perfect because you can just, a little bit of brake clean and clean it off. So anyways, getting sidetracked. So this one has the smooth aluminum painted black. I really like this. It's got the dual oval lights, top and bottom, the little round backup lights. The other good thing with this is if you have a log come down, because one of the things that happens with a log truck, especially if you're doubling up on shorts, you have a log come down, it hits, and then it falls forward. Well, if it falls forward, graces your cab guard, hits that, doesn't wipe your backup light off. So that's why cab guards are like that. But nice little frame tray here with some shorty hooks. We've got a Polytech Toolbox. Polytech is actually a Prince George customer, Prince George company, and we are actually a customer of Polytech. Polytech in town was started by a fellow by the name of Greg Zorb. Greg is a longtime Prince George resident, very, very knowledgeable, super guy, knows a lot of stuff, and he started Polytech, and they build plastic components. So, and I believe they ship all over the world. So. Certainly all over North America. They build plastic toolboxes like that. They'll build plastic frame toolboxes. Actually, Freflyt taillight boxes come from Polytech as well. We've got our off-highway fenders here. So you'll see they are the wide belting variety, which is nice because it covers the side of the wheel. Truck is a little bit dirty. We've got our scale pads. I believe these are, I can't tell if they're SI. Oh yeah, they are SI. SI scale pads. These are the big shear beams right here. So those are scale pads. And the nice thing with this angle mount, if you wanted to make this truck into a tractor, you undo 6 bolts, pull that plate off, plop a 5th wheel plate on there, and then it's a tractor. This truck does have the big new suspension. So it's a 78,000 pound Eaton. Now this one is a little bit different. If you look down here, this collar is a solid collar. So this one actually has Eaton rear diffs in it. So yeah, a little bit different from all the Rockwells I've been doing and Meritor. Rockwell's kind of an older terminology. We've got our custom Freflyt taillight bar. We've got our trailer connections here with a nice backup light for lights things up while you're hooking up. Your standard heavy duty 6-bolt pintle hitch with air pot. Bridgestone L320 tires. We've got load pipes. Ratio is 430. I know you guys quite often ask me what the ratio is. This one does have a manual 18-speed transmission as well. Now this is a nice frame step. You know, it's steel, it's incredibly simple, yet tough. You know, just a great step. So, you know, you can climb up, and just like that, you're on the back of your truck. And now, even though, you know, nowadays you're not, you know, not allowed to stand on your truck because of the, you know, you might fall on your head, which is kind of sad. But I mean, I guess enough people have fallen off trucks to where, you know, WCB, which is our OSHA of British Columbia, they don't want you on your truck. But let's face it, if you're washing your truck, you're going to be up here. So, but there's no more climbing up to undo your stake springs and flip your stake extensions up. Now this is interesting. Now I'm going to walk down the frame and be very careful. But this has this this little raised bar on it. So what that is for is basically to transfer more weight to the steer axle of the truck. Because as the logs sit on the bunk, it's going to sit on this bar before it sits on there. So most of your weight's going to be sitting on here, and being that it's on the front side of your bunk, it's going to transfer more weight to the front of the truck. And that's why that bar is there. So transfer some more weight to the steering. Just one of the little tricks that that the loggers have learned over the years to make things work how they need it to. Because here in BC, with a long logger rig out, we can actually pack 9,100 kilograms, which is 20,000 pounds, on our steer axle, hauling longwood. So, watch me talk about falling off a truck and then fall off a truck. Although, maybe if I fell off a truck, it'd go viral. I don't think I want to go viral that bad. So, anyways, great looking 567. Absolutely beautiful. Has the factory beacon lights. You know, in the 567 now, it is the staple truck. Like in 3 years, this is it. Like, this is the cab moving forward. So like it or not, it's coming. And the customers that have embraced it absolutely love it. Check this out. We've got a airport here for blowing out your truck. That's handy. We've got the auto down feature. I like that. This is actually adjusts your shock absorber. So if you don't want your seat to be really bouncy and you want it to be a little more cushioned, that's where you use a shock absorber. Of course, your lumbar over here, and this is your air up and air down. And nice wood grain. The other nice thing, I'll just get inside here. Okay. So the other great thing about a Peterbilt 567 is with these mirrors, they're four-way adjustable. So on our door switch, we've got our mirror heat, we've got our left and our right mirror adjustment, and in the center means that if you move this, it won't change anything, but it's four-way adjustable. And I don't have the key, otherwise I could adjust it. But being that it's four-way adjustable, you can get the tilt down. And I know a lot of my customers have expressed how much they like to be able to tilt their mirrors down to look at your back axles when you're, when you're backing into a tight spot. And the beauty of these mirrors as well is the way the wind goes around them, they don't get dirty. Our traditional mirrors with the convex below it, if your convex is just under the mirror, it'll actually hit your convex mirror, the air deflects dirt up, and then it gets your mirror dirty. So what I recommend to customers is mount your convex mirror down below enough so that you can see between your convex mirror and your regular mirror. And then if you can see through it, the wind will blow through it and it won't shoot the dirt up. But with these trucks, yeah, you don't get that. But we've got the smart meal. I could use a few smart meals, let me tell you. But anyways, smart wheel. So we've got the volume controls, mute, cruise control, our electric over air switches, our inner axle, front diff lock, rear diff lock, PTO switch, general air pressure switch, ABS off-road switch, fuel tank left and right, spare. I like my spares. And of course we've got our manual regen switch as well as disable. So if you're in a situation where you don't want it to do a regen, you can make it not do a regen. The light comes on and it won't do a regen. You just don't want to leave it there because it'll plug up the filter and eventually you'll be like, beep, 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 I need to do a regen. So yeah, and the other thing you'll note, there's no traction control, no ATC. So do have ABS off-road though. So if you want to lock your brakes up and skid down a hill, you can do that, because some of my customers have better control being able to lock up a little bit than having the ABS go, oh, I'm just going to kick everything loose and let you roll down the hill. So that's why we like the ABS off-road switch. Interestingly enough, I can't get that option in a 3 Series truck. Biggest reason, I think, is probably because the 3 Series truck, they don't want to put any more options into it because eventually it's going away. That's just the cold hard truth to the way the world's going. So we can put it in as a dealer installed option though, and it's really not that difficult. Well, it's not that difficult for our techs because those guys are good at what they do. So, and we've done it. So, well, of course we've done it, but yeah, if somebody who has a 3 Series truck, you want ABS off-road switch, we can hook you up. If you're ordering a 5 Series truck, I can order it from the factory, and I can order it without ATC. But you know what? There's a few things you have to do in order to not have ATC. But of course, with these, we've got our hand valve on the dash, which is definitely a change, and our engine brake on the column. You can see it right there. Now that's an option that I really like. Having your engine brake on the column, you know, I find, you know, and I'm sure I've done a video and I'll probably do another one and talk about it, but you know, I find when it's here, it's so easy to change your modes, you know. And especially when I bobtail trucks around a lot, you know, let's face it, I don't often get to haul a truck, or I don't often get to drive a truck with a load anymore. So you're driving around town empty, you know, you don't need to have your Jacon 3 rolling up to a light. So, you know, it's not really hard on things, but it's not necessarily really good either. Because I mean, you could lock up, you know, it's not smooth, and I don't like not being smooth. So with it being on the column, it's so easy to just flick it down to 2. You know, if you need to slow down quicker, flicker down to 2, and then as you're coming to a stop and you're slowing down quick, just click it back down to 1. And or if you want to just shut it off because you want to coast, you know, you can just hit it and shut it off, and it's so much more user friendly than just having switches on the dash. Because, you know, I'm kind of old school where with switches on the dash, I'm the type of guy where I used to be, you put it on 3, you leave it on 3. Because when I want to brake, I want that 600 horsepower braking, because not because I need 600 horsepower braking, but because I can have 600 horsepower braking, you know what I mean? So, not saying that that's the right way to think about it, but let's face it, I like horsepower, and I know you guys do too. But anyways, guys, this new 567, just back from rigout, we're going to do a few things. We're going to get these electric over air switches set up for the customer. You know, with the new technology, all our 3 Series trucks will have this same configuration moving forward. Anything that's built after, I believe it's July 15th or July 12th, will have the new digital dash. Now this one, sorry, the wheel's kind of in the way, but this one does have the regular analog style gauges, so the new ones will have the digital dash. The new 3 Series will have electric over air switches just like these ones, and you know, the beauty of having electric over air that we miss out on is, like, when you've got PTO switches or diff dumps, if you've got a fleet of trucks and you don't want your drivers doing certain things at a certain time. One thing here with tridrives and logging, the inner axle, we like to put it in, forget about it. Don't take your inner axle out, because the spread of a tridrive is so long that you go over a little bump, one tire lifts up, spins, and the problem is if it spins and then grabs, and then that's when you get that jar, the snap that can take out a power divider. So really with a tridrive, you should put your interlock in and leave it in forever. So if you've got a fleet of trucks, you could actually program it so that the interlock stays in all the time with electric over air switches. Or if you have a fleet and you don't want your drivers using diff locks over a certain speed, you can program that in. You know, one thing that I think we'll be doing here in Prince George as we transition, we're going to make all our electric over air switches manual electric over air switches. Don McDonald. So that, sorry Don, I'll call you back. I'm just, yeah, you know, I'm in the middle of a video, but anyways, off topic. Yeah, we're going to be setting up all our electric over air switches so that they work manual, so that no computers can tell you what to do, because ultimately it's the driver's responsibility and you want your drivers to be in control. But if you do want to use your smart switches, we can do it. We can program however you want. And you know, things like PTO switches, when you want to, you know, set certain parameters to where, you know, you want certain things to have to be in place, you can set that. So that is the beauty of going digital, going electronic. And let's face it, it's the new way. It's the modern world. So anyways, I should let you go. I should phone Don back and see if we can help him out, and stay tuned for some more videos of this 567, because you know what? Rigout's done. She's off to the body shop next to get some custom and some bling. Spring is here, and the best thing about spring, it's going to be pimped out custom trucks, green grass, and hopefully, fingers crossed, show and shines. Yes, that's right. Custom trucks and show and shines. What a great thing that'll be when it comes back. Anyways, guys, that's all for now. Mike Chamberlain. Talk to you later. Peace.